So let's talk about John Stewart Rock, Esquire. He was an African-American man born in the 1800s and became an abolitionist, dentist, doctor, speaker, and entrepreneur. Let's get into it. John Stewart Rock was born in New Jersey in the year 1825, son of John and Maria Rock. Both he and his parents were free. So John became interested in being a physician when he ended up working for two white doctors and he was an apprentice. He learned so much in the field about treating patients. However, he was rejected from the medical school because he was a black man. But that didn't stop him. He decided to be a dentist instead. So he opened his dental office in 1850. He was only 24 years old. While his practice was open, he still continued to push to get into medical school until it finally happened. He was finally admitted into the American Medical College and earned his medical degree in 1852. This made him one of the first African Americans to earn a medical degree. From there, he launched his own medical practice, and he treated black men, women, and children who escaped slavery, and he did not charge them one single penny. Now, by 1860, his health started to decline, so he closed both his practices and ended up going into law. He became one of the first African Americans admitted to the Massachusetts bar. And then he was appointed Justice of the Peace for Boston. The law office that he founded was titled John S. Rock, Esquire, attorney and counselor at law. It was located right there in Boston. Then came the Civil War. At this time, he recruited many black men to go and fight with the North so that African Americans would be free. So African American men left their homes and their families and they went to fight. And they fought hard. And the North won. Black people were free. And when the 13th Amendment was passed, making slavery illegal, except for those in prison, John Stewart Rock, Esquire, became the first African American allowed to practice before the United States Supreme Court. And yes, he was a speaker as well, an eloquent one. He spoke eloquently about African Americans and the beauty of black people. And he never held his tongue. He would go on at length at how white people, and I quote, have taken great pains to prove that we are cowards, end quote. Another quote, the prejudice that some white men have or affect to have against my color gives me no pain. If any man does not fancy my color, that's his business, and I shall not meddle with it. I shall give myself no trouble because he lacks good taste, end quote. Like he said, he held not his tongue. Unfortunately, John Stewart Rock, Esquire, passed away in 1866 of pulmonary tuberculosis, but his life added to the wonderful successes of African Americans in the United States of America during one of the roughest times in our history. He was a doctor, dentist, and a lawyer. You can't beat that.